Hi YouTube. I've got an external storage here. This is a Western Digital My Book 4 terabyte. We'll come back and we'll pick up on some of the details in another video. But in the first one I just want to show you how to hook it up to a computer and save your files to it. So it's storage. Storage is saving files. Just like you would on a thumb drive, when you save files to a thumb drive. Let's see here. Premium storage, complete backup. When you save files to this machine, it's called backup. You take a Word file from your computer and save it onto here. That's what they mean by backup. What's in the box here? Okay, this is the actual item here. It's pretty heavy. It's probably a couple pounds or so. That looks like a quick start guide. Like a warranty, USB plug, power supply, yeah, that's it. Okay, so just to give you a general look, this is the front. And here's the back. That's where you plug in the USB plug. That's power supply. This here, most people probably won't bother with this, but you can stick a cable in there and then it locks to it, and then you would lock that cable to your countertop. So this locks the device to the table, so then people just can't pick it up and walk away with it. Must be a special cable. It didn't come in the box. And these are the vents. Don't block the vents because that's how it's cooled. Okay. So this is the power supply. Nothing special here. When this plugs in to your power strip, to your Surge Pro protector, it's kind of odd to plug these things in. So it's nice to get these things. These are 3-inch plugs. You can get a pack of these at Walmart for like $5. It's like $5.47 or something like that. It's nice to have. They're just small extension cords. So then you can plug this into here, and then this would go into your power supply, your power strip, and then this would go into here. I don't see an on button. I know I watched a few other videos and theirs had an on and off button, but I'm not seeing that on this one. Okay, and then this USB plug. Both ends are different. See, this is a normal USB plug that would go into your computer, and this one is also a USB plug, but it's just shaped different. Okay, and just we'll go over it more in the next video, but just real briefly, when you see a blue plug, that's USB 3. USB 3 is a lot faster than USB 2. When they first invented these things, it went USB 1, USB 2, USB 3. So your computer might be USB 3. If it's an older computer, 3, 4, 5 years old, probably not. And okay, so this end, that's just a USB 3 plug. Just to show you what's going on there. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but you can see there's like 4 contacts here at the bottom, 4 or 5. That's USB 2, and then there's some contacts there in the back. The ones in the back are the new ones for USB 3. Well, that's what this is here. That's USB 2. Here's the extra plugs that they added to the back of that. So I don't know why they made it look different. That's kind of odd. Okay, so this just that one just plugs into this plug here. Don't break the plug. Don't force it in, right? And then just take this plug here and plug this into a USB slot. Sometimes if you look around your computer, it might be marked USB 3. Like you might have a bunch of USB 2s and then one will be blue, and that's how you'll know it's USB 3. So just push that into there. Try not to break it. Okay, as soon as I plug that in, the power light came on. And then if I go to my computer here, go into my computer. And it should show up here. Might take a little while. Okay, so there's my book. See, it just popped up a folder. And if you go to my computer, you'll see it here. My book. It's 4 terabytes, but with this storage space, you always lose a little. So okay, so let's see here. If you just click on that, then it opens up that folder, and they just throw a bunch of junk in there. There's software that you can use, manuals, but all there really is to copying a file is just grab a folder. Let's see here. Like here's a folder that I want to copy to it. If I right click on there, go to properties, it's 67 gigs. So just, there's different ways to copy, right? But what I like to do is right click and hold, and then drag it to the folder, the My Book folder, drop it, and go copy. I always like to do a copy instead of a move, because if something goes wrong, let's say the power goes out or something, you know, or something blows up on you, you still have the original copy on your desktop. Okay, so that's a pretty big file. It's going to take a while to copy. If it was a USB 3, it would move a lot faster, right? But the USB plug on my computer is only USB 2. I've got this Gateway laptop. If I open this up, you can see here right on the sticker, it says USB 3. See, that USB is just a normal color, so that must just be USB 2. And if you come over and you look at these USB plugs, these are blue. So these two USB plugs are USB 3. Okay, this file here is done being copied over to the My Book. If I right click here and scroll down to properties, you can see it's the same size, 67.2 gig. If I come over to this file, that's the original file, and scroll down here, you see it's the same size. That's how I know the whole thing made it. You could also go in here, open up the folder, and go down here and say there's 100 items here. And then I could go over to the My Book. I could go over to the My Book. Go down to the folder and say there's 100 files here too. When you're done using the My Book storage, you should disconnect it from the computer. Pull out the USB plug that you plugged into the computer. The reason why you should do that is because they'll last longer. It's not running 24 hours a day. So if you leave it on for a few days here and there, that's not bad. But if you know you're not going to be using it for weeks and weeks, pull out the plug. Okay, before you pull out the plug from the back of the computer, you should disconnect it from the computer electronically. And the way we do that is go down to the notification area, left click there, then you'll get this little guy here. That's supposed to be the picture of a little USB plug. If you click on that, you'll get a list of the items that are connected to your computer by a USB. So here's the My Book item here. If you click on that, it should disconnect. Before we do that, I want to show you. If you go into My Computer here, and you'll see the My Book item here. Sometimes when you right click these items, you'll get an eject button here. Sometimes it shows up on some items and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you have to click on these a couple times before it shows up. You'll get different menus. It's not, there's the eject button, it isn't showing up on this item here. So what we would do is go down to this guy, click on this, and then just click on him, and then you'll get a pop-up here that says, okay, now it's safe to pull out the plug. That turns off the connection to the computer electronically. Then we would come back here and pull out the plug. Now, you don't have to pull out the plug, but if you know you're not going to be using it for a while, pull out the plug. There's no way that I know of to go back in here and say, okay, now reconnect for me. Okay, if we restart the computer, then the My Book will show up again. What I usually do is I just come here, pull out the plug, plug it back in, then it'll show up here again. It takes a few seconds to show up. Okay, so when it finally realizes it's connected again, it opens up here. So here's the actual item. Now in the manual for this thing, it says you don't have to shut it down to turn off your computer. You can turn your computer off and on, and this thing will automatically go off and on with it. That's okay if you're going to be using it a lot. You know, you're constantly transferring files back and forth. Yeah. But like I said, if you know you're not going to be using it, shut it down here, then pull out the plug, and even disconnect the power plug. That way the unit will last longer because it's not running 24 hours a day. See ya.